I'm gonna make him an offer again. Of all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world.
Handle the truth. You can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome, everybody, back to Multiplex Movie Melee, and we have an exciting match in the round one of our 2025 singles tournament, our Trios Pick'em tournament. Robert Castner, the number 14 seed, called out Jeremy Potters, the number 19 seed, who called out Jacob Cameron, the number 23 seed. I'm Pacing the Cinemaster Johnson. I think this is going to be a very, very exciting match. On the desk with me is Mark. Mark, how are you feeling about tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. Feel like last year when we did this pick'em tournament, like there was just some crazy stuff that happened. Yeah, we just saw like a lot of people just kind of shooting from the hip, and things felt chaotic last year. Things have gotten way more chaotic this year, where we're on to some wild stuff. And I don't even know what's going to happen. Like, just a peek behind the curtain for everybody. We have shot one of these matches already. I would say probably the thing I thought least would happen happened in that match. And here, that could also happen here today. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very excited to see what each of these competitors have.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very, very exciting match. 3 different play styles when it comes to playing. Also, some interweaving interests. I say we bring in both the competitors. Starting with our first competitor tonight, the number 23 seed, Jacob. It's always fun talking to the person that is called out at the end of the train. Last time I believe we saw you was when you had your rematch against Nazario. So probably coming in here a little bit hungry. How are you feeling going into this match?
I'm always hungry for movie trivia, but I'm just wondering what I have done to make Jeremy so mad at me. I guess I'll have a chance to ask him when he comes in. But regardless, here I am. I am ready to play, and I hope luck is on my side.
That is totally fair. Love that mindset. I was speaking of the person that called you out, the number 19 seed, Jeremy Potters. Jeremy, the last time we saw you, you played, in my opinion, one of the better matches of the season thus far against Tom Hausman. How are you feeling coming into this match? Do you like being in the middle of this train? What's going through your head?
I mean, if you're doing a 3-way, the middle's the spot to be, I guess. It's always good. As far as calling Jacob out, when I came on, I knew there was going to be something up, but I didn't know what. And then when he said, you have to pick somebody, I just saw a few names, and I saw Jacob Cameron or David Nishimoto, and I'm not totally fucking insane. So I picked Jacob because I like him, and I might be able to beat him. So that's all. That's fine.
Jeremy, never forget, the last team David played on, you retired those motherfuckers. And speaking of David's current partner, the number 14 seed, Robert Castner. Robert, it's always fun to see you play. I believe the last time we saw you play was against Jake Marangoni, who pitched a nearly perfect game. But in order for someone to pitch that perfect game going that far, that other player has to play a great game. You played a great game in that match. How are you feeling coming into this match tonight?
I had a similar mindset to Jeremy. I looked at all the names that were there, and I was like, played. Oh, Jeremy, I haven't played you yet. That's fun. I looked at this wheel, and there's some stuff on there I hate. And, I did play great in that one match, but if I can't study and get all the stuff out, I can't be great going forward. So we'll see how that works out for me this time.
That is fair. I say we head right into this match. Round 1 is going to work like this. Competitors will receive 8 questions in 8 different categories, each worth 1 point apiece. They'll have 15 seconds to write their answers on their board, after which I will say pens down, and you will reveal your answers one at a time. If you answer all 8 questions right, you will receive a bonus question. Competitors will receive 3 repeats and 1 challenge that they can use throughout any part of the match. And reminder, because this is a triple threat match, the winner gets a win on their record. The third place loser gets a loss on their record. The person that comes in second gets neither. So that's pretty fun. Any question before we head into the match?
Nope.
Aim for second. You won't be disappointed.
Good luck, guys.
That's a good point. Your first question will be coming in the category of directors. What was the last movie the Coen brothers directed together? Yeah. together. These are two people that they've made good movies apart, but I think they very clearly bring out the best in each other.
Yeah, they're like the two raptors in Alan Grant's example to that. This kid trying to scare the hell out of him.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jacob, will go to you.
Drive Away Dolls.
We'll go to Jeremy.
Hail Caesar.
We'll go to Robert.
With the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is correct. Only Ethan Coen directed Drive Away Dolls. Robert, there.
Yeah, go into your next question. The category of the 1970s. The Conversation is set in what city?
Let's have a nice conversation, Mark. What are your thoughts on Friedrich Nietzsche, the famous philosopher?
Oh boy, this could have gone a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me about a guy who I've heard in passing, and I've never had to pretend to know him to get laid. So hopefully I can not have that go most of my days.
Mark, I wish you good luck in the future in that realm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy, will go to you.
Washington, D.C.
We will go to Robert.
It's in New York City.
And we'll go to Jacob.
San Francisco.
San Francisco is correct. Jacob getting on the board there. As we head into your third question, the category of the 1980s. Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, and River Phoenix play a family in which 80s film? What familial relationship there? You can decide.
Yeah. Maybe, that younger Phoenix, maybe he's the uncle. You never know.
Maybe Helen Mirren is the mom and Ford and Phoenix are brothers.
Could be.
Who knows?
Never know.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Robert, will go to you.
It's in the Mosquito Coast.
And we will go to Jacob.
What Florida becomes every June, the Mosquito Coast.
And we will go to Jeremy.
The Mosquito Coast.
The Mosquito Coast is correct. Good movie, if I do say so myself.
Not bad indeed. Going into your next question, the category of horror. What is the profession of Jennifer Jason Leigh's character in Existence?
I believe it might be pronounced Existence.
Whatever. Like I said extends whenever I was first reading this category. When I was first checking this round one. So as long as I didn't say that, although I just said it. So,
This is a movie I discovered when I got into this community, and the community had to teach me how to pronounce. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jacob, we will go to you.
Video game developer.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
That's a video game designer.
And we will go to Robert.
That's a journalist.
Video game developer, video game designer. I'm inclined to accept both. So Jeremy and Jacob hitting that. As we head into your fifth question, the category of sci-fi fantasy. Martin Freeman and Ian Holm have both played what character in the Middle-earth franchise? I need first and last name.
Yeah. Thought you were going to pull a fast one on us. Not happening today.
Keeping it spicy there. You can't just put the first name, and you really can't put the last name.
No.
Yeah.
Wonder if we asked for the middle name.
Oh, that would be a fun 3-4 if he does have one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy, will go to you.
Bilbo Baggins.
And we will go to Robert.
Bilbo Baggins.
Whoa. And we will go to Jacob.
Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins is correct. This episode's been saucy.
Yeah. Going into your next question, the category of drama. In the 25th hour, what crime did Monty commit that he's waiting to go to jail for?
I will let the audience know the score is Jacob at 4, Jeremy at 3, Robert at 3, and Mark. If there was a 25th hour in the day, what would you do?
Probably just wasted and sleep.
Yeah.
It's not
I'll
gonna be a
probably-
useful hour.
I'd probably just play some more video games, honestly.
Watch another episode of Last of Us.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. 2 more weeks, baby. Robert, we'll go to you.
Said drug smuggling.
We'll go to Jacob,
Murder.
and we'll go to Jeremy.
He stole a car.
The answer we had was drug dealing / selling drugs. Mark, is drug smuggling the same as drug dealing? I'm willing to give it to him, but if you...
I think we're close enough. We got drugs in there. I think we're good.
We're going to accept drug smuggling. Robert's going to get the point there. As we head into your penultimate question in the category of scores and soundtracks, the fictional song Springtime for Hitler originated in which classic film?
Do you have a roommate that just sung this to you at random parts of the day?
No, but now I have questions for
Jesus.
you. You have a roommate?
There was a week where he was just obsessed with this movie and just started just randomly singing it.
I hope for your sake he was obsessed because he found it funny and not because he agreed with the song.
He thought it was the funniest damn movie he'd ever seen in his life.
You know what? Smart man is what I will say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jacob will go to you.
The Producers.
We will go to Jeremy.
The Producers.
And we'll go to Robert.
Guten Tag, clap, clap. Producers.
The Producers is correct. Everyone getting that?
And going into your penultimate question in the round, scores. No, it's the last question. What the hell am I talking about? It's romance. In Licorice Pizza, Gary opens what specific type of establishment at the end of the film?
It's been said before. What a terrible idea it must be to put licorice on pizza.
I can't think of a worse thing.
I know. Yeah, I would rather someone shit on my pizza, honestly, than put licorice. Like I would take my chances. I would take my chances.
I think the grease would set in better on that than it would with the licorice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy will go to you.
I thought I was gross earlier. Skating rink. I have no idea.
It's a record store.
And we'll go to Jacob.
A pizza restaurant.
All incorrect. We were looking for a pinball arcade.
Okay.
No.
Arcade.
Yeah.
So after that, Mark, I have the score at Robert 5, Jacob 5, Jeremy 4. Is that what you have?
That is what I have.
All right, but anything that happens, we move to round number 2, also known as the wheel round. Round 2 is going to work like this. Competitors will receive 5 questions in whatever category they land on, each worth 2 points apiece. They check the multiple choice that devalues that question down to 1 point. They don't like what they spend for their first spin. They are allowed to respin, but they must keep whatever they land on for that second spin. Be on the lookout because stealing is involved in this round. The categories that your competitors can land on tonight are Bill Skarsgård, which is Robert Castner's strength, directed by William Friedkin, which is Jeremy Potter's strength, Mission Impossible, which is Jacob's strength, as well as the general categories of crime, westerns, Oscars, coming of age / teen, actors and actresses, musicals, and sci-fi fantasy. Robert and Jacob, you guys are tied, but Robert is the higher ranked competitor. Robert, would you like to go first or defer?
Defer.
Okay, then it goes over to Jacob. Jacob, would you like to spin first or would you like to defer it over to Jeremy?
Jeremy, after you, sir.
Jeremy, it's up to you. You don't have a choice. Mark, spin that wheel.
I think I'll spin.
That's fair.
Spins.
And you land on the category of spin again.
No, spin it. No.
Okay, spin it again. Must keep whatever you land on here, and you land on the category of crime.
Everything else was better, so it didn't matter.
That is fair. I will be giving your questions in the category. Actually, no, Mark will be giving your questions in the category of crime.
All right, I'll
Shit
give
on
a question.
pizza?
Yeah, why not? I mean, okay. Well, hopefully that doesn't come up again. You're Jeremy. First question, category of crime.
Okay.
Who directed Sleepers?
Sleepers. Multiple choice.
All right. Multiple choice options are A. Barry Levinson, B. Tony Scott, C. Curtis Hanson, or D. Brian Singer.
I'm gonna say A.
A. Barry Levinson is correct for 1 point.
And I forgot to say this up front. Competitors, if there's a steal, you must write the answer on your whiteboard.
There you go. And next question, Jeremy.
Hmm?
What real life person does Billy Crudup portray in Public Enemies?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A. Harry S. Truman, B. J. Edgar Hoover, C. Dwight D. Eisenhower, or D. Lucky Luciano.
I'm gonna say B.
B. J. Edgar Hoover is correct for another point. All right, Jeremy, your next question. Who plays undercover DEA agent Montel Gordon in Traffic?
Five, four.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A. Don Cheadle, B. Terrence Howard, C. Diamond Hansu, or D. Lawrence Fishburne.
Can I get a repeat of the options, please?
Sure can. Your options again. A. Don Cheadle, B. Terrence Howard, C. Diamond Hansu, or D. Lawrence Fishburne.
Don Cheadle.
That is correct for another point. All right, Jeremy, your penultimate question in the category. In Hell or High Water, what do the brothers do to the cars they used in a bank robbery?
I think I know, and I want to shoot, but I don't want to shoot either.
Five, four.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A. Burn them, B. Dumped in a lake, C. Crushed them, or D. Buried them.
It was there. I was gonna. Oh man, I'm gonna burn them.
A. Burn them is incorrect. Everybody else for the 1 point steal. Is it A. Burn them, B. Dumped in a lake, C. Crushed them, or D. Buried them?
I will need answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jacob, I'm going to start with you,
D. Burn them.
and I will go to Robert.
Said C, which is crush them.
The answer was D, buried them, because Jacob had D, burned them on his board. We cannot give the answer to him because in a circumstance where a player says both the letter and an answer and they do not match, we always default to the answer.
Okay.
That will go into Jeremy's last question in crime. The Long Good Friday is primarily set in what European city?
Paris.
That is incorrect. Everybody else for the 2 point steal.
Can I get a repeat of the question?
Sure. This will be Robert's first repeat. The question again. The Long Good Friday is primarily set in what European city?
Okay. Wanted to make sure I heard
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I'm just going to start with Jacob again.
I said Rome.
And we will go to Robert.
I just said London.
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 Yep. Thank you.
Well, London is a correct answer. Didn't mean to step over you.
You are good. So, Mark, after that round, I have Jeremy getting his score up to 2. Robert getting Jeremy getting a score up to 7. Robert getting a 2-point steal, also getting a score up to 7. Jacob remaining at 5. Is that what you have?
That is what I got.
All right. So the decision once again goes back to Robert. Robert, would you like to spin now, or would you like to pass it over to Jacob?
Jeremy got a good category. Chances would be that this would be a bad category. If it's a good category, kind of fucked. But you know what? I'm going to defer because I'm going to play the odds.
All right, playing the odds. So, Jacob, this will be your first spin.
Backfire.
And you land on the category of coming of age / teen. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I feel like pressing my luck. Let's go again.
All right, going to spin one more time. You must keep whatever you land on here.
Yep.
And you land on the category of sci-fi fantasy. Damn it.
Thank you.
Very close to Jeremy's Strength of directed by William Friedkin, but avoiding that. So, Jacob, I will be giving you your questions in the category of sci-fi fantasy. Are you prepared?
Yes.
All right, then your first question in the category of sci-fi fantasy. The main character belongs to a race called the Nelwyn in what 80s fantasy film?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, the Dark Crystal, B, Lady Hawk, C, Kroll, or D, Willow?
Let's go with D.
D, Willow is correct for 1 point. Your second question in the category of sci-fi fantasy. What type of animal is Ioric Burnison in the Golden Compass?
I'm going all out with this thing, so I'll just go and shoot from the hip. A polar bear.
And that is correct for 2 points. We also would have accepted a bear.
Okay.
You're good. Your third question in the category of sci-fi fantasy. What director plays French government official Claude in Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Oh, dang. I can picture him too. Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, Jules Dassin, B, Francois Truffaut, C, Jacques Demy, or D, Jean-Luc Godard?
Let's go with B.
B, Francois Truffaut is correct for 1 point. Your penultimate question in the category of sci-fi fantasy. In Gremlins, Billy works at what type of establishment?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, post office, B, bank, C, dry cleaners, or D, barbershop?
Let's go with C.
C, dry cleaners is incorrect. Jeremy and Robert for the chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, post office, B, bank, C, dry cleaners, or D, barbershop? I need answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy, we'll start with you.
I said bank.
And we will go to Robert.
It's at A for post office.
A bank is correct. So Jeremy will be picking up the steal there. And your final question, Jacob, in the category of sci-fi fantasy.
Okay.
Who directed Artemis Fowl?
Oh, this piece of shit. Kenneth Branagh.
And that is correct for 2 points. And I concur, a giant piece of shit.
Terrible.
All right, after that round, I have Jacob getting a score up to 11, Robert remaining at 7, but Jeremy getting a steal, getting a score up to 8. Is that what you have?
That is what I have.
All right, but we will be bringing the wheel back in for Robert's first spin.
See what kind of piece of shit I get. Let's go.
First spin is in. Never mind. This will be your first spin. And you land on the category directed by William Friedkin. Jeremy's strength. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'm feeling froggy. I'm going to take it.
Okay, taking it. Mark, why don't you give Robert his question in the category directed by William Friedkin?
Absolutely. All right, Robert. Here's your first question, directed by William Friedkin. In To Live and Die in L.A., Chance and Hart are sent to Los Angeles after they save the life of what historical figure?
Ronald Reagan.
That's correct for 2 points. All right. Next question. What is Steve's neighbor Ted's specific profession in cruising?
Multiple.
Multiple choice options are A, club owner, B, playwright, C, florist, or D, traveling salesman.
Repeat the options, please.
Sure, your options again. A, club owner, B, playwright, C, florist, or D, traveling salesman.
I'm going to say playwright.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, next question. What is the nickname of Buddy Russo, played by Roy Scheider in The French Connection?
Oh, man. No. I should know this. What was his name? Fuck. Oh, my God.
5.
Multiple.
Multiple choice options are A, Sal, B, Cloudy, C, Frog 1, or D, Motorman.
I kept wanting to say Cloud, and I was like, that's not right. That's a Final Fantasy VII character. Cloudy.
That is correct for 1 point.
He is a Final Fantasy VII character. Good job.
All right, your penultimate question in the category. Who plays Harold, the man who the birthday party is for in The Boys in the Band?
Oh, shit. Ask me a cast question for this one. Multiple.
All right, multiple choice options are A, Lawrence Luckinbill, B, Kenneth Nelson, C, Cliff Gorman, or D, Leonard Frey.
Can I get a repeat of the whole question, actually?
All right, that is your second repeat question again. Who plays Harold, the man who plays Harold, the man who the birthday party is for in The Boys in the Band? And your multiple choice options are A, Lawrence Luckinbill, B, Kenneth Nelson, C, Cliff Gorman, or D, Leonard Frey.
Can I say Leonard Frey?
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Robert, here's your final question, directed by William Friedkin. Father Karras works as a counselor for priests at what university in The Exorcist?
Georgetown.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, so Mark, Robert getting a clean sweep of a strength category that wasn't even his own, getting a score up to 14. Jacob remaining at 11. Jeremy remaining at 8. But anything can happen. Is that what you have?
That's what I got.
All right, but anything that happens, we move to round number 3. Also, as the pick your poison round. Before the match, competitors went back and forth drafting categories that they would like to answer questions from, and now they will draft categories once again to decide what questions they will answer in this match. The categories that your competitors can draft tonight are horror, comedy, comic book movies, sports, westerns, sci-fi, fantasy. Oh boy. Music, 1970s, 2000s, actors and actresses, action adventure, and biopics. Your competitors will draft their categories right now. All right, your competitors have drafted their categories. We are going to start with Jeremy because you are behind. What would you like for your 1-pointer?
2000s.
All right, your 1-pointer in the category of 2000s. Matthew McFadden plays Mr. Darcy in what 2000s romance drama?
Basing this off of knowledge from another movie, I'm going to say Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice is correct for 1 point.
Thank you. You've got mail.
Tom wants it.
All right, but Jeremy, you are still behind. What would you like for your 2-pointer?
That's tough. Action adventure.
All right, your 2-pointer in the category of action adventure to tie the game with Jacob. Who plays Trinity in The Matrix?
Ariane Moss.
That is correct for 2 points and a tie game.
I almost said Laura Flynn Boyle. I would have.
Oh, no. All right, so Jacob and Jeremy are tied, but Jacob, you have more questions, so we're going to go over to you. What would you like for your 1-pointer?
I'll take westerns, please.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's me. All right, Jeremy, your 1-pointer in westerns. Who directed High Noon?
Oh. John Ford.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Fred Zinnemann.
Oh,
Fred Zinnemann.
damn, that's hard.
So we are still tied. Jacob, you do still have more questions. What would you like for your 2-pointer?
Music, please.
All right.
Okay. And Jacob, here's your 2-pointer. Category music. Who plays Jackson's brother Bobby in 2018's A Star is Born?
Sam Elliott.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, so Jacob hitting that, so we are going to be moving back over to Jeremy. Jeremy, what would you like for your 3-pointer?
Sci-fi fantasy.
All right, your 3-pointer in the category of sci-fi fantasy. In Ready Player One, Artemis's vehicle that she uses to compete in the race for the first key is a limited edition vehicle from what movie? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat, please.
All right, that is your first repeat. Category of sci-fi fantasy. In Ready Player One, Artemis's vehicle that she uses to compete in the race for the first key is a limited edition vehicle from what movie? Five, 4.
Back to the Future.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking
Right.
for Akira.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She does the slide.
Mike.
Yeah, she does the slide.
Yeah.
I do believe the main character has a vehicle from that.
Wait, what? Is he?
I wasn't gonna pull it. It's fine.
So it does all come down to this. Jeremy must hit his 4-pointer to stay in the game. If he hits it, he sends it back over to many players to answer some more questions. If he misses it, he does come in 3rd place. Jeremy, your 4-pointer in the category of horror. You will find an art piece titled Say My Name in which 2020's horror film?
Candyman.
Without hesitation, that is correct for 4 big points. Jeremy getting his score up to 20, ending the getting a score up to 15, completely hitting all the points that he had remaining. So we are going to send the game back over to Jacob, because Jacob, you are now behind at 13 to Robert's 14. Jacob, what would you like for your 3-pointer?
I'll take sports, please.
All right. Mark, whenever you're ready.
Yep. All right, Jacob, here's your 3-pointer, category sports. What is the animal-based name of the technique that Dre uses to beat Chang in 2010's The Karate Kid?
The crane kick?
That is incorrect. We're looking for the Cobra.
Oh.
Cobra.
You're thinking of the original Karate Kid.
Shit. Okay.
All right.
All right, so it does all come down to this. Jacob must hit his 4-pointer to essentially not come in 3rd. If he hits it, he sends it over to Robert to answer some questions. If he misses it, he does come in 3rd place.
Yep. All right. And also as a reminder, Jacob, you still have all 3 of your repeats.
Okay.
Here is your 4-pointer, category of biopics. Which 80s drama is about an employee at a plutonium processing plant who was slowly poisoned and later murdered over attempting to expose unsafe work practices at the plant she worked at?
Norma Ray.
That is incorrect. The answer we were looking for was Silkwood. So with that, Jeremy does come in 3rd place. So we are in it, but the game is not over yet. Robert still has many questions. Jacob comes in 3rd place, but the game is not over yet. Robert still has all of his questions left to answer. Robert, what would you like for your 1 point?
Jeremy, should I just do comic books so I could tie, and then we can have fun? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do 70s. I'm gonna do 70s for
Your 1-pointer in the category of the 1970s. What pop star plays the Scarecrow in The Wiz?
Michael Jackson.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right. I'm scared.
So tying the game up, if Robert hits any of these next 3 questions, he does win the game. Robert, what would you like for your 2?
You know what? I'll just do comic book movies now, and we'll see if it gets out of it.
All right. Your 2-pointer in the category of comic book movies. Sylvester Stallone, Diane Lane, and Rob Schneider appear in what 90s comic book movie?
Judge Dredd.
And your winner, Robert Castner. Judge Dredd is correct. Robert Castner winning that. Jeremy coming in 2nd. Jacob coming in 3rd. I'm going to put everyone backstage as I talk with my co-host, Mark. Mark, I think this was a really, really fun game. Game stayed pretty close the entire game. 2 players were tied out of round 1, while 1 player was only 1 point behind. Robert just an incredible sweep of that round 2 category, coming in the lead in round 3, and I think that was just all that had to be said. Congrats to Jeremy for pulling. He came in last in round 3, ended the game in 2nd place. I have a lot of thoughts. How are you feeling about this match, Mark?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. It's a good thing one host here knows what they're doing, because one host wanted to call the game after Jacob missed the 4-pointer and not have Robert answer any questions, because he is a moron. But yeah, this match was pretty good. It really went back and forth, kind of in kind of the spirit of what we're looking for. Things were pretty even in round one, and yeah, really just kind of like a lot, like I think how some of these matches tend to go, when somebody just kind of separates themselves in round two. That's just kind of it's just kind of tough to to go against that, and that's what Robert did. He was fearless, taking a strength category, and it paid off.
Absolutely. I say we jump right into interviews, starting with our unfortunate third place finisher tonight. Jacob, I think you played a really solid game. You were tied with Robert out of round one. Did pretty well in sci-fi fantasy, picking up 6 points. I just think that came down to at the end in round three, those last two questions. It seemed like you may have just answered them maybe a little too quickly, and maybe you would have just slowed down a little and thought about it. Maybe something else would have happened. How are you feeling about this match?
I mean, I could have sworn that was Norma Ray, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently there was another biopic about a factory, so it is what it is. I knew I was gonna get my shit rocked and pushed in by Castner. That just always seems to happen to me. I was doing so well, and then it just all fell apart. Oh man, just got to take it on the chin. There'll be another match, and there you go.
Pause. Cody?
Was it?
I used the wrong term. Proceed. He said push the shit in. I put pause. It was a weird situation.
I accidentally made a dirty joke, and I didn't realize it until I saw it.
It's cool. It's cool.
Well, Jacob, this does put an end to your run in this tournament. When you do come back, is there anyone you would like to play?
Well, I think since my boy Zach is won his retirement match, I think I'd like to play him in a friendly. I think I'd like to do that. But we've got a good thing going with the Rum Raptors, so I'm not sure I want to disrupt that union just yet. But if I had to choose, I'd have to go with Zach. But I'll take on anyone.
That is totally fair. I think you and Zach would be a really, really fun game. Thank you so much for coming in tonight, Jacob. I'm going to put you backstage as we head into interviews with our second place finisher tonight. Jeremy, you came into round three down. You were in third place. It looked a little bit unfortunate. But hey, you ended this match not being affected by the tournament at all, because second place, you get neither a winner or a loss. So how are you feeling about tonight's match?
Feel okay. Round two kind of sucked. Like, they were just tough crime movies I just hadn't seen or could remember. I feel overall good. I mean, like I said, the middle's a good place to be. You right? You know what I mean? Like, so I'll take it. I guess I would rather have won, obviously, but ballsy move by Bobby to just go ahead and take Friedkin. I respect it. I'm not mad. He won. I still want him 101 though. So if you're going to ask me who I want to play Robert Castner again.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I was gonna ask you who you want to play next, but I think you got an answer to that question. When you come back, do you want to play Castner again?
Yeah. Like, just anybody I haven't played, really, honestly. Like, just keep it moving. But I want to play Robert 101.
That's totally fair. Jeremy, it's always a pleasure to see you. I'm going to put you backstage as we chat with our winner tonight. Robert, beating two opponents, getting a win on your record. I think you played an overall great game, but I think the thing we got to talk about is you went 7 for 10 in your opponent's strength category. Didn't seem to hesitate when that category was spun, and then you just kept him there for round two, only had to answer 2 questions. How are you feeling coming off of this win?
I feel pretty good. There's only like one question in round one I was really upset about, and then I got 2 point steal in Jeremy's crime. That helped. I think that set a good tone. And then kudos to Jacob for, getting the points he did in sci-fi. And then, yeah, I spent a lot of today reading a lot of Friedkin, and I watched a lot of Friedkin too. And I was like, if it comes up, given what's on there, I'm not going to risk getting something I hate. I'm just going to see what happens. And the only thing I'm mad about is I didn't get Cloudy, because I watched French Connection specifically, and I was like, this movie slaps hard, like everything in its face and other body parts. And I was around where I wanted to be. I just couldn't get it, and just needed to. I hesitated. The only one I didn't feel good about was Boys in the Band. I just read that, but Lawrence Luckinbill, I had to get the repeat because I was like, he plays a guy named Hank, which is close to Harold. And I was like, they didn't ask for him, right? And I was like, but no, that was his strategy, was if the strength comes up, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to like play around and try to get like you saw what happened. Like when some of these general strengths came up, questions can be all over the map. At least when it's a strength, where it's funneled into. So I'm happy about that. And then, round 3 is a fickle mistress questions that come up. So it happened to Jacob. It's happened to me before. And I fortunately just didn't have to answer much. It was great.
That is totally fair. Robert, you have punched your way into round 2. When you do come back, would you like to hint at any players you would like to call out if they are going to be in round 2?
I would imagine, given that I'm 14, I imagine I'm not going to get an opportunity. I think what's going to happen is I'm probably going to get called out, and it's fine. But you know what? In call-outs, I've won around both times. I'm like one of those cool mid-major schools that like win a little bit. I'm like, look at me. Look what I can do. And then like when big boys come up, I'm like, I'll shrivel back into the shadows. It's fine. No, I don't know who. I imagine I will be called out, but that's fine. Bring it on. I got to win. Happy about it.
Absolutely. Robert, it's always a pleasure to see you. Can't wait to see what you do in round 2. Mark, my final thoughts on tonight's match. A lot of things were said, and I just want to say, Robert said he watched a lot of Friedkin, and I just want to say, what a lucky man, because William Friedkin fucking rocks. Watch Sorcerer, it's a masterpiece. Watch Cruising, it's a weird fucking movie. But on behalf of Robert, on behalf of Jeremy, on behalf of Jacob, on behalf of everyone here at Multiplex Movie Melee, I'm Pacing the Cinemaster Johnson. That's Mark Menchaca. Have a great night.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.